Hey everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, we are going to go through the developer Q&A. What do they have to say for February 5th? Oh wait, it's February 9th. They're a little late to post this. But yeah. Alrighty, let's dive into it. I'm going to read through. You might have already read this yourself, but hey, I like to read and react so we can kind of compare our thoughts, right? And give my feedback as someone who's played the game now on my 3rd season, if you count beta, and I even played that before Season 0, before there were seasons. So let's dive in. Alright, dear travelers, since Season 2, the players have been more actively submitting their feedback and voicing their opinions, and the developers have been listening to everything you have to say about the new season. Lately, we've rebalanced the game and fixed some bugs. Let's see what some of those changes are. Optimized the stamina system. We raised the max stamina to 150 by default and added a feature for players to reserve their stamina. For example, if a player's been offline for several days and then they return, they can access their reserve pool of stamina to catch up in the progress more easily. This was definitely a good improvement. They didn't add more stamina to the game per se, but they made it so we don't have to overly worry about, oh, I gotta make sure I log in when I first wake up so my stamina doesn't cap. You know, like, I feel more flexible, and it's nice to know that if I don't open the day until 8 p.m. my time because I'm busy, it's not the end of the world. So I do like it. Either way, it's still a quality of life improvement. The only thing I would say is they need to increase the regeneration time of stamina still. Just give it like a little bit more, something. It's really too slow for how fast it regenerates. Alright, and Springtime Blessing. From February 3rd to 14th, you can claim numerous rewards upon daily login. On February 10th, you can earn extra gifts upon login. Additionally, the developers of Dragonheir Silent Gods will keep listening to your voice. They're here to answer some of your most discussed questions from you. Alright, let's get into it. About resource looting. Can you allow more ways for us to gain stamina? I'm finding it difficult to develop various heroes because I don't have enough bread. I have to admit before I read the reply that I agree this season. If you're really actively playing and you're really ready to prepare for the otherworld exploration, which for me just started today, I actually am running out of bread, and I pay for the monthly pass with the bread, and in multi battles, and I pay for the battle pass, the Walker's Trail, and I still run out of stamina. So I don't really, overall, I don't think there's like a terrible stamina issue. It's because I'm being a tryhard. For most people, it's probably not too bad. But I could really see if you're not a spender at all, or if you only want to buy one of those things, I could really see how you'll be limited. And it definitely limits the average player. The player that's a gacha gamer that wants to grind like crazy, you just can't, honestly. But I am choosing to use less of my worm arrow for stamina, so that's also a personal choice, so I could have more stamina if I wanted to be fair. Alright, they reply saying, we'll assess how the players spend their stamina in each season and make changes accordingly. We do hope you get the chance to develop various heroes, but we're worried that too much stamina will put pressure on you to feel like you need to keep playing the game. For example, the reserve stamina feature is what we came up with after noticing certain patterns in players' daily login habits. Not only that, we have plans to give away more stamina in the first half of the season. In the future, we'll keep assessing and optimizing in-game content. As shown in the image, that's where you can access your reserved stamina. So yeah, okay, so in the future they're going to give more in the beginning. That's good, because it sucks in the beginning to feel so pressured. You do feel pressured to level up everything, because it's hard to just progress, and like you need heroes for Goblin to level up to get more stuff, but then your Goblin team is completely different than your Vortex team, and which is completely different than your Flame Domain team. So more stamina in the beginning, so we don't also feel so pressured to use our Worm Arrow for stamina. Like, I used my worm arrow for 50, 100, 100 almost every day for the first month. And that's a lot of worm arrow that could have been more fun with the gacha system, with the summons, or with the legendary books, which I did end up buying all of them. But still, it would really be nice to not feel like we have to use our worm arrow for stamina every day. So an improvement would be great. But it is funny to put pressure on you to feel the need to continue playing the game. Like, they don't want you to play their game? I don't know. It's a weird reply. And the picture at the top is the one they're referencing, just the new reserve stamina. Alright, next up. I hope you'll improve the rewards for the most popular PvE game modes, arena, alliance modes. It would be awesome if those rewards could help me summon heroes. So roger that. Regarding rewards, we are hard at work designing new features to give you those. Stay tuned for latest in-game news. This is very vague. Regarding rewards for summoning, aka dice or worm arrow. So we just hope that they will slowly become, or quickly would be great. This game needs to learn to be generous, and that's something I've always said, is they seem to have a problem being generous. They don't want to give away too much, as if it's gonna break the game. But it's hard to get legendaries as it is, so they need to be more generous. If they're not willing to, like, add legendary chances with Starlight Die, or give better login rewards that actually give us Heliolite Die regularly, then they definitely need to increase how we get Heliolite Die somehow, because it makes the game very frustrating for new players when it takes so long to get a couple legendaries. When you play other games and in the first week of playing, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legendaries in the first week of playing. That's not like that in this game, but they're gonna lose, they do, not they're going to, they have, and they will continue to lose players because other games just feel more fun and generous. Gacha is gacha. This needs to have a better gacha system that feels exciting. Not like you have to save only for special events once a month. I've become a whale in this game, and I still was saving my summons to only pull once a month. That's not fun and exciting. Game mode optimizations. When using multiplied challenge tickets, the associated amount of stamina bread is not automatically used. Instead, you have to manually add bread until there's enough stamina to start a challenge. So they said, we heard you loud and clear. In the update on February 1st, we optimized the multiplied challenge feature. Once it's enabled, the maximum amount of auto combat will be determined by the auto raid tickets. When you don't have enough stamina to sustain multiplied challenges, so long as you can still proceed with normal combat, things will continue to progress. If not, the battle will end. Like, in the same way as it, like, when you say, like, consume stamina, you check that box when you're doing multi-battles, it does work now, is what they're saying. With or without the special tickets, it works now. All right, next question. I hope that failing a dungeon on a difficulty, the screen can show a button for me to reselect the difficulty, saving me to have to go back through other menus to access the dungeon again and do the same thing. They said, thank you for this constructive feedback. We'll make relevant quality of life changes and optimizations over time. Yeah, so like, if you're like, oh, I just can't beat stage 9, instead you have to like go out of the dungeon completely, then go back into it to be able to choose stage 8. Like, it would be nice if you can change the difficulty upon redeployment. That's a simple but nice fix. That would be great. All right, in PvP, when either party is able to finish off the either one, the battle can be protracted. I hope you will improve this part of the game. When either party is able to finish the other one off, the battle can be protracted. I mean, the arena overall needs a lot of work. I don't know. We have planned to optimize the PvP experience and improve things in later patches. Yeah, the PvP is weird because I definitely don't like that it's only about the stall defense or being... I mean, that makes sense. Your defense should be annoying, right? Your defense should try to stall the enemy. Okay, that makes sense. When you say that out loud, sure, stall defense. That's what a defense does. But it makes it not very exciting for Arena overall if you just know that battles are going to time out. Like, what's the point? It should be more about the offensive side of things as well, and not just putting up a good defense that someone can't break through, but also having to make sure that the damage is there to really be able to beat another team and actually win and not just time out battles. So there's a lot that could be fixed with PvP. It's definitely not my favorite part of the game. All right, other content. I think it's a good idea to make more platforms available for players to directly talk to developers so players can stay up to date on the latest development plans of the game and check out the ideas of our community and content creators have been taken into consideration. They said that's exactly why we decided to start this series. We'll work to make more platforms available for players to interact with developers, and more are coming soon. Yeah, that we've been asking for this for a long time. This is something, when I first started talking to the company, they seemed amazing for communication. And then when global or beta actually hit, it was not the case, unfortunately. They need to communicate more. We need roadmaps. We want to see, what is your plan for season 3? We only have a month to go. What's happening? What is your plan for season 4, 5, 6? Is there going to be a season 4, 5, 6? What about seasons 1 and 2? Are you considering crunching those to allow players to have some sort of catch-up mechanic so they don't feel so behind? What's going on? Like, we want to know. Is there much? You say you're going to make more content drops. You got to plan this stuff out. You have to have a roadmap. And I know that some companies don't like to share their roadmaps because then they feel tied into it. But so often Raid, other games had roadmaps, but they didn't follow it exactly. Stuff happened where that just, like, new Hydra heads were supposed to be added. A new Hydra head or difficulty level was supposed to be added every single year. Haven't seen that yet, and I stopped playing over a year ago myself. Where's that new Hydra head that was due like 2 years ago? We don't have it. It doesn't exist. Well, not we, I don't play, but you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to feel so concrete, but I really do like that they're doing this developer Q&A. I wish they would be a little bit more juicy with their details sometimes, but hopefully they will at least use this as a way to let us know a little bit of what's planned. That's kind of the goal. We just want to know a little bit of what's going on, what's coming up, what's happening. I just read something very exciting before I could even... Yeah. The 99-cent selected Epic Hero Bundle is so awesome. It's so highly affordable, yet it offers a lot of content. Will you make it available again? We've been begging for this, and they made it clear in the Discord that no, it's not coming back in Season 2. And we're like, but it literally said when you bought it in Season 1, or if you just go to the page, if you're on Season 1, it was like, this pack will reset each season or something like that. It said it actually on the actual, like, shop detail area. It said it will reset each season in some wording, I can't remember exactly. And then it didn't. And you're like, but you said it's coming back. I really wish they would do that a little bit sooner, like 1 month into the game at least. So you have a chance to do some early Season 2 summons or Season 3 summons, but then you don't get who you want and you're still missing that key hero that could help you throughout the whole rest of the season. You should come back. So they said, we heard you. We already have a plan to make the 99-cent selected Epic Hero Bundle available again. Stay tuned to the announcement of our next event. Maybe with the UTR, with the Elminster D&D collab. I mean, that doesn't matter with the event, but I don't know, but I really hope they mean actually within the next month. He said, thank you all for submitting your feedback. As always, the developers will read your comments and suggestions while designing changes and updates accordingly. We encourage you to submit your feedback via our customer service. Just log into the game and go to settings and tap the customer service icon. That's the little headphones there, which is also where you can see your summoning record for which shows if you've summoned within the past 7 days. But it does keep a tally of everything you've done in your account, so you can see like how many Starlight die have I pulled since I started playing. It's kind of fun, actually. All right, and that's about it for this Q&A session. A big thank you to everyone who made their voice heard. Adethia is more enchanting place because of you. Meanwhile, we encourage you to send your feedback and suggestions on various platforms. The team will do its best to polish the game according to your expectations and bring you more awesome gaming experience. Yeah, that's the reality. At the end of the day, we are vocal because we care, because we love this game. And while it's weird and quirky, there are definitely, it's not perfect and it needs a lot of work with the seasons. I'm really sad when I can see how divisive the game can be. And unfortunately, it's one of the least positive as far as community feedback from new players being excited or not of the games I've played in a while. And for me, it's been one of my favorite games I've ever played, or at least, in a long while. It just overall, it's just the game I want to have open all the time, the game I want to progress in at least, and I have fun pushing Vortex. I love the game and the mechanics and the graphics, and I love the season idea as well, but there's so much that's just not working right now that they somehow need to figure out, even though it's complicated, it might be expensive, whatever. I don't know, but they gotta figure some of this out because you can see it in the community. You could see it in the lack of Twitch viewers, the lack of YouTube views. Hell, I barely get 1,000 views on a video these days. That's not very good either. And you can just see that reality of the decreasing player base or decreasing interest and the season setup is unfortunately a big part of that. So I really hope that they find ways to meet in the middle and somehow make it to where people are starting on the same season together, everyone as a new player, or at least there is some sort of a quick catch-up mechanic first, so people can still experience Season 1 and learn the game properly and get those special resources, but at an accelerated pace, maybe, and then are caught up with the rest of the hype, with the news, with the new characters, with the new events, whatever. There's gotta be a way. And at the end of the day, who cares about the login heroes? Who cares about the fusion events? You play other games. If you miss the login, special login reward hero, whatever, you miss it, you miss it. There's a fragment event for a fusion. If you're not playing till after that fragment starts, you miss it. That's normal. So, not everyone needs to go through the UTR event. They could play Season 1 and have an accelerated Season 1 and 2 combined because the story is so short for Season 2. It doesn't need to be a whole season. And for their event, it could be Ardreth instead of UTR, which most people would be very happy with. There's so many ways. I don't know. We're always trying to figure out what the answers are. We try to give our feedback, but there needs to be some other methods to keep people interested. And the way they're doing the servers now is kind of messy. Sure, it's okay to take a break and come back and be excited for the next season, but I have many people in my DMs, in my Twitch, in my Discord complaining about what do I do now? There's servers right now that are waiting 8-9 days of literally nothing to do until the server merges. You can't even open the game for 8 days. That's how people move on and find other games to play. But yeah, that's all for my comments for now. I'm trying to give constructive criticism, and I can be really harsh on this game, but I also love the game, and that's why I want to be harsh, because I want to see it successful. I want new players to be booming. I want this to be insane. I want it to be crazy growth because I really enjoy it, but I don't know where it's going to go at right now. I guess we're just going to have to keep seeing what happens, and Season 3 will be very telling for the future of a lot of us playing. But alright guys, let me know what you think of this Q&A, and I will see you in the next video, or live on Twitch.